the day in Major League Baseball, Tigers and Twins at the Metrodome. Top 7, Tigers up 8-7, one out. Matt Guerrero strikes out Magler Ordonez, and Ordonez doesn't like the call. I mean, he really doesn't like the call. He told Paul Schreiber, the home plate umpire, I didn't like that call. Now, look, Schreiber puts his hand on Ordonez and nudges him towards the dugout, and like, don't put your hands on me. Jim Leland's like, don't put your hands on him. Leland gets ejected as well, and Joe West, the crew chief, has finally come over and separate Leland and Schreiber. Eventually, they got back to playing baseball. Bottom 8, Twins trailing 9-7, man on first, one out, Jason Cooler. It's not coming back. His 5th of the year, game tied at 9. They went to extras. 13th now. Curtis Granderson on third with 2 outs, and Jesse Crane called for the balk there. So Granderson comes home. Now take a look at it. Granderson fakes a break to the plate, disrupting Crane's delivery. Oh, that crafty Granderson. And the Tigers take the 10-9 lead on the balk. Bottom 13, same score, man on second, one out. Matt Tolbert, little flare. Josh Anderson looked like he came out with it, but it's ruled a trap. Anderson sold it, but he didn't get away with it. Nick Punto comes in to score, game tied at 10. Later 13th, bases loaded, 2 outs for Joe Creedy. And Joe Creedy's got that look in his eye. And there it goes. Grand slam. 6th career walk-off home run of Creedy's career, his 7th career grand slam. Dontrell Willis got the start, 4 2/3, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks. You know what I mean? Red Sox and Angels, no Kevin Youkilis, no Dustin Pedroia. Tim Wakefield trying to finally win in Anaheim. Bottom third, Angels trailing 4-2. Mike Napoli knuckles up on the knuckleball. 3-run shot. Napoli 6th home run of the season. Angels up 5-4. They got all 5 in the 3rd. Bottom 4, same score. They're back for more. Torrey Hunter at the plate this time. And that one's going too. Hunter's 9th home run of the season, but it's first since April 29th. Wakefield 4 2/3, 11 hits, 7 earned runs. Ouch. Angels up 6-4. Top 8, they're up 8-4. Starting pitcher Matt Palmer still on the mound. Juan Rivera helping him out. Palmer retires 15 in a row at this point. Mike Socha says, hey, he's a rookie, young guy, leave him out there. Top 9, 2 away, gets Mike Lowell. Retired the last 19 batters for a complete game as the Angels win at 8-4. First complete game of Palmer's career, but he is 4-0 in 4 starts this season for that banged-up Angels.
There were 7 web gems in the Rays-Orioles game. Is that something you'd be interested in? Now, a web gem can be a top play. I'm not sure how many we're going to show you, but let's find out together. First inning, B.J. Upton grounded to Melvin Moore, spins and makes the out at first, but Moore was shaken up on the play. He did stay in. Later in the inning, Evan Longoria. He goes whole at short. Cesar Izturis, backhand stop. So that's 2 gems right away. Now, Moore at the plate. Pop up and foul ground. Deanna Navarra, it looks like he's going to get it. But instead, it's Carlos Pena. And good on the Orioles. Look at them coming out, make sure Pena doesn't hurt himself. But the catcher didn't get the web gem. The first baseman did.
You also don't want to catch a spike in the face of it.
Yeah, that's dangerous. I know a cat named Way Out Willie Ibar at the plate. Brian Roberts! I had hops for breakfast. So we've had them all around the infield now. Longoria up again. We're tied at 1. Top 4. Izturis again. Robbing Longoria again. We're not going to show it again. Aubrey Huff tied at 2. Bottom 4. Carl Crawford. Now we go to left field. We're going to get the outfield involved. Wow. Unfortunately for Crawford, he'd have to lead the game with an injured shoulder, and that's bad news for the Rays. Izturis at the plate. It's 4-2. Bottom 6. Blooper to left. Oh, who's going to get this one? Jason Bartlett or Longoria? Longoria makes the catch, crashing in to Bartlett. They almost each need to get a half web gem there. Scott Kazmir, let's just have cotton candy and enjoy that we're baseball players. Rays win 8-6.
Brewers hit 9 homers in the last 4 games, looking for more against the Marlins on Wednesday. Former Marlin Braden Looper pitches for the Brewers. Chris Coughlin playing his 4th game for the Marlins. This Coughlin's first career home run. It was a special moment for him and for that fan right there. Take another look at the catch. Reaching over the railing. Not his first rodeo.
Can you show us the ball? And what is your nickname again out here?
The happy youngster. I'm what you call a professional ball hawk. I travel around the nation. I catch game home runs. That was my 49th game home run in a regular season game.
What's it going to take to get the ball back to Chris Coughlin?
What's on that sheet? bat from Coughlin, and a Hanley Ramirez bat just because he's a stud.
I guess that's how he makes his living, with sports memorabilia.
Trust fund, baby.
Bottom first, Brewers down 3-0. Ricky Weeks. First pitch from Ricky in the last score. The Brewers down 3-1. Their power surge continues. And look at this. Another nice catch by a different fan. This one barehanded. So happy youngster, he had a glove. So his wasn't as good. Bottom four, game tied at 4. Weeks with a grounder to second base. Beats out the infield single. Jason Kendall scores. Weeks a double short of the cycle in the ballgame. Brewers up 5-4. Top six, Brewers up 8-5. Ross globed. Now, this one goes into the corner. It's tough to see where it went out. Umpires initially call it a home run. Well, let's take another look at it because we can. The ball goes to the right of the foul pole, just like that dude pointed out. They reviewed it. Gloat struck out later.
San Diego. Wasn't raining in San Diego, but it was raining in Chicago. Top one, Adrian Gonzalez. Does a 2-run job. His first of 2 on the day, and the Padres with a 2-run lead. And Chris Young going to do his best to give it right back. Alfonso Soriano, bottom one. 53rd leadoff home run. Ties Craig Biggio for second all-time. Ricky's way ahead of both of them. And then next pitch, Ryan Theriot, he goes yard. And Chris Young, winless in his last 5 starts, but he'd only given up 1 home run in 39 2/3, and he gives up back-to-back jacks. And then I can't stand the rain. The grounds crew, they're not going to be able to stand the tarp. That's going to be their problem.
Forgot what that feels like. Rain.
Yeah, exactly. It's called a blessing out here. Let's get the tarp going. All right, tarp television. Good, okay. Top 8, Padres down 3. Jody Garrett, single to left off Carlos Marmol. Runner score, but the throw from Soriano cut off by Brian Giles. Uh-oh, and somebody's in a pickle. It's Brian Giles. That's who's in the pickle. He didn't cut it off. He was the base runner who made the mistake. And then here comes the rain. Here comes the tarp again. Cubs win 6-4. Game called.
We pick in the bottom of the 8th. Mets down 7-6. Rafael Soriano trying to hold the lead for Atlanta. Gary Sheffield says, I got your lead right here. Second homer of the year for Sheffield. Number 501 for his career, ties the game at 7. Top 9, Francisco Rodriguez in the jam. Braves have 2 on and nobody out. Garrett Anderson, that's well hit, but right at Ryan Church. You know, Escobar trying to get to 3rd, but Church has got himself a gun. They would play on, game would stay tied into the 12th. Top 12, Ken Takahashi facing Martin Prado, 2-1 count, and Prado takes a hittable pitch for a strike, and Prado's like, man, if you throw me that pitch again, I'm going to knock it out of the park. That's gone. The go-ahead home run 2 pitches later. Second home run of the year for Prado. Braves take an 8-7 lead, and look at the 2 pitches. The one Prado held off on and the one he connected on. Takahashi pays the second time around. Bottom 12, Mets still down to run. Mike Gonzalez in for the save. Jose Reyes takes Gonzalez deep. Just misses a home run. Reyes didn't run hard out of the box, so he winds up with a double. Might have been a triple. He would advance to 3rd on a sacrifice bunt from Luis Castillo. Jerry Manuel said, we're not playing very smart. Reyes on 3rd. Carlos Beltran up to him to try to get it done, but Gonzalez got him, and then Gonzalez got Sheffield as well. Braves hold on to win at 8-7. Bobby Cox said, I'm glad that game is over. Both teams were out of pitchers, position players, and
second of the season. He's got a 30-game hit streak, 1 shy of the franchise record. Vladimir Guerrero owns that back when they were in Montreal. He's going to battle Barry Zito all day. And Zito, a .137 ERA his last 4 starts, and it's his birthday. Gets Zimmerman ground into the 4-6-3 double play, and that was with 2 on. Again, 2 on, top 3rd. Zimmerman draws the walk, bases loaded. Next batter is Josh Willingham. Not sure what kind of hit streak he's got going. I know he doesn't extend it at that at-bat. Zito out of the jam. Let's go top 5th. Nats 1-0. Zimmerman with 1 on, and Zito gets him again to ground to short. Zimmerman's still hitless. And top 7, you got runners on 1st and 2nd. And Zito's first pitch in the dirt. The runners advance on the wild pitch. So you got first base open, and the Giants say, we're going to walk you because it's your hit streak. It's not ours. Zito, 6 1/3, 8 hits, 3 walks, 5 Ks. 2 batters later, Merkin Valdez in. Elijah Dukes makes the blooper reel. Zito on the hook for 4. Nats up 4. Zimmerman, top 9, 4-2, and a hard rain's gonna fall. He grounds into the fielder's choice. Hit streak ends. Makes you realize how much better 56 is than 30, is what he said afterwards.
Without further ado, it's SportsCenter's top plays. Number 10, Mavericks, Nuggets. Carmelo Anthony. The finger harkening back to the George Gervin days. Nuggets win at 124 to 110.
She's a beauty, that number 9 in New York. Ryan Church to deep left center. Bartender. How about a Schaefer? When you're going to have more than one. Jordan Schaefer. Church is going to get some revenge, though.
Number 8, same game. Here is that revenge. Garrett Anderson with a fly ball. And Ryan Church nails, Escobar. Man, what a throw. And the Braves going to win at 8-7.
At 7, Italian soccer. Lazio goalie Fernando Muslera. Key save in the penalty shootout.
Jaman Al-Jaman, Uzbekistan. Number 6, Rays and Orioles, Aubrey Huff. Right to Carl Crawford. Steals bases and base hits. More coming from this game.
He got knocked out of the game on that play, though. Tigers twins Brandon Lyon was not caffeinated, and Joe Creedy makes him pay. Bottom 13, bases loaded grand slam. A grand slam walk-off.
I'm blessed as well, Neil. English soccer, Wigan versus Manchester United. Man U's Carlos Tevez. Great back heel for the goal. Man U wins 2-1. They need one more point from their final 2 games to clinch the English Premier League title.
Grand slam in the bottom of the 13th is number 5. So, wow, these have got to be good. Ovechkin, Marc-Andre Fleury. This may have changed the whole game. Fleury stopped Ovechkin there.
Number 2, listen and enjoy.
Rohrer pops it up. Foul ball right side. It'll be close. And, what a grab by Pena over the top railing. An unbelievable catch by Carlos Pena.
I'll tell you what was top there. You saw the Orioles come out to make sure Pena didn't hurt himself.
Great sportsmanship.
Number 1, Freddie Sanchez. You better be good to be 1 on this night, brother.
Wow.
And that's pretty good. He gets Albert Pujols, who's not loafing down to first. Bottom 5, Blue Jays up 2-1. Runner at second for John McDonald. He singles up the middle. Rod Barajas, the runner on second. He's going to try and score. He's not wearing his PF Flyers. And Brett Gardner says, you ever see The Rifleman? That's a TPN top play nominee if you're new to the program. CC said this was the big. Yeah, exactly. You're with it. CC said that was the biggest play of the game. Top 7, Derek Jeter back after 2 games out with a sore oblique. He makes the blooper reel. Gardner scores from third. Yankees tie the game at 2.
Didn't you say you didn't believe you had an oblique?
I don't have an oblique. I'm not man enough to have one. Bartender, Saki, Hideki Matsui. Now they're unmanned up. Off Jesse Carlson, Cito Gaston brought him in for the lefty-lefty combo, and Matsui took him yard. Yankees up 3-2, and then Mo Rivera, ABC, always be closing. Sabathia, 5 hits, 8 innings. After the game, closer B.J. Ryan activated by the Jays. The Yankees win it, 3-2, your final.
Red Sox and Angels from Anaheim. Irvin Santana made his season debut after sitting out the first 32 games with elbow pain. David Ortiz, top 4. Game tied at 3. He's got the bases loaded, but Santana gets him. 3 runs, 7 hits, 8 innings for Santana. Now, to this point in the game, Ortiz had left 5 men on base. They went to extra innings. Top of the 10th, runner at second with 1 out. Dustin Pedroia crushed it, but Torrey Hunter makes the catch. Jacoby Ellsbury gets caught in no man's land. He can't advance. 2 outs, but still a runner on second. Here's Ortiz again, and this time he grounds out. Now 9 men left on base by Ortiz. He's left more guys stranded than Paris Hilton. Top 12, bases loaded with 2 outs for Ortiz. A little dribbler. Ortiz 0 for 7 in the game with 12 men left on base. Bottom 12 now. Runner at second with 1 out. Jeff Mathis. That'll fall. Reggie Willits coming in, and it is time to bounce in Anaheim. The Angels win at 5-4 in 12. Afterwards, Ortiz told some reporters rubber match for the 3-game series between the last 2 teams standing in the National League last season. Bottom 9, Dodgers up 3-1, 2 on, 2 out. Carlos Ruiz hits the 101-mile-per-hour fastball for the double. Raul Ibanez and Greg Dobbs come in to score. Game tied at 3. Jonathan Broxton blows the save, and they went to extras. Top 10, Dodgers answer man on first with 2 outs. Russell Martin rips a double. Andre Ethier scores. Dodgers up 4-3. Martin's 3rd hit of the game. Bottom 10 now. Phillies down 5-3. Man on second with 2 outs. Ryan Howard represents the tying run. Ramon Troncoso strikes him out. Dodgers win 5-3. So Broxton blows the save but gets the win.
And Will Clark put the the black on, the eye black, and that was like a black cat for the Giants. Bottom 8, they're down 1. They would tie it up here as Alex Cora can't field the Edgar Renteria roller, and Aaron Rowan scores. But now we go top 9. Brian Wilson in, and he's in trouble. Runners on the corners with the score still tied. David Wright went 3 for 3, 2 RBI scores. Carlos Beltran there. Mets up 5-4. 2 batters later, 2 on, 2 outs. Ramon Castro, base hit. It's like right where Wright hit it, the right spot. Gary Sheffield and Wright beats the throw home. Mets go on to win 7-4. New York, a franchise record 7 stolen bases in this one.
Pirates took the first 2 games of their series against the Cardinals. Pittsburgh looking to apply the Swiffer at home on Thursday. Colby Rasmus, 2-run home run off Jeff Carson's. Look at that ball. Leave PNC Park, landed in the Allegheny River, 458 feet. We measured it. Second home run of the season for Rasmus. Cards up 2-0. Top 3rd, Chris Duncan to Nate McLouth. What a grab. That's why he won a Gold Glove last year, because of catches like that one. He just RSVP'd for top plays. Top 8, cards up 3-1. Albert Pujols. That'll drive in 2. Skip Schumacher and Shane Robinson coming around. Cardinals winning 5-1. It's their first win in their last 6 games in Pittsburgh. Brewers trying to finish off a sweep of the Marlins in Milwaukee. Top 5, game tied at 3, 2 outs. It's my man, Emilio Bonifacio on first base. Chris Coughlin with a base hit. Bonifacio trying to score from first, but J.J. Hardy will have none of it.
Second, here comes Bonifacio. He's gonna be out.
Got him. Nice relay from Hardy. Bonifacio, critical mistake with Hanley Ramirez waiting on deck. Bottom 5, Prince Fielder off Burke Badnott. Fielder's 8th home run of the season. Brewers go up 4-3, and the Brewers going to win it 5-3 to complete sweep.
Give me a T for Texas. Rangers in first in the AL West. They've won 3 straight. They're hosting Seattle. We got Brandon Morrow on the mound. And wait, we're going to go legal flashback to Wednesday. Morrow against Hank Blaylock with the lead in the 11th. That double, there went the lead. It was a walk-off double. Rangers win at 6-5. Now let's snap back to reality. It's Morrow against Blaylock again, and there goes gravity. Blaylock goes solo, his 10th. 2-0 game is 2-1. And then Chris Davis trying to break that 21-game strikeout streak. David Murphy doubled, and Davis doesn't strike out. He just strikes out. His 10th home run. Blaylock victimized again. Rangers win at 3-2. Matt Harrison wins his 4th consecutive innings grand slam. There's Ordonez facing Scott Baker. Top 6, Tigers up 1. He touches that pitch, which is okay. 2 runs would score. Ordonez went 1 for 4. The Tigers are up 3-0. Bottom 7, Justin Verlander had what a night. Gets Joe Creedy there, who was Wednesday night's hero. 13 strikeouts, but he had to leave after 6 1/3 because he'd thrown 102 pitches. Michael Cuddyer facing Zach Miner, and inside, and Cuddyer acts like he got hit with it, and the home plate umpire Paul Nauert says, no, you didn't. And as we look at the replay, it doesn't look like he did, and you would think Cuddyer maybe has to tell his skip, I was trying to bait the umpire into giving me first. Instead, Gardenhire gets ejected, accurately called by Nauert, and there's Joe Creedy again facing Miner. The blooper to center. Creedy's a hero again. Verlander can't believe it. 6 runs in the 7th inning, and the the Twins win 6-5, and they get the sweep.
Orioles are kind of nearly was girls' night out in KC. 24,000 in attendance there. Top 6, 5 for Orioles, 2 on, 2 out. Cesar Torres with a base hit. Felix P.A. comes around to score 6 for Orioles. The ladies didn't like that. Take another look at it. Billy Butler tries to backhand the ball. He had a home run and 3 RBI, but he was lacking in fundamentals. Had he made that play, the inning would have been over. Next batter is Nick Markakis, and that's over too. 2-run score. Orioles going to win at 9-5. They've now won 15 of their last 18 against the Royals.
Indians and Rays, Joe Madden's club, have not had much success over the last 3 seasons against Cleveland, just 5-19. Top 5, Cleveland up 2, 2 outs, 1 on. As Drupal Cabrera grounder, Akinoa Iwamura mishandles the ball. By the time he recovers, there's no play. That would be his 5th error in 35 games. Last season, he didn't have an error until the 75th game of the season. It's been that kind of season for Tampa Bay. Next batter, Victor Martinez, high drive, deep center. B.J. Upton needs longer arms. 2-run score. Iwamura's error proves costly. Martinez goes 4 for 5. The Indians win 11-7. First back-to-back wins.
You got an Asdrubal Cabrera and Akinoa Iwamura in the same highlight. That's pretty good. That's almost as good as top plays. Number 10, Jeff Van Gundy goes bowling through giant bowling pins. You know what would have been even funnier if Alonzo Mourning had thrown him down the lane.
That is funny. At 9, Aaron Brooks, quack attack. Carl Landry, rack attack. Rockets win by 15, Game 7 Sunday.
Number 8, listen and enjoy.
Luke, center field, coming hard. Upton, he makes the catch. Oh, off the shoe tops.
B.J. Upton, in case you didn't recognize him.
At 7, soccer.
Go ahead, say it.
Why not? Ben Parker, the pass to a sliding cat named Luciano. Match would end in a tie or a draw.
I rig this every night so you get soccer. Number 6, Yankees and Blue Jays. A-Rod down the line. Scott Rowland. That's a great catch. I thought that ball had hit the ground.
Pitcher had a mustache. Batter
Brian Talent, former LSU star.
Batter had no chance. Red Sox Angels, Torrey Hunter. Want to pop? J.D. Drew comes charging, it throws out Bobby Abreu at home. Red Sox get the top play, but the Angels get the win.
It looked like that hurt. Spike on the knee there. Number 4, Hurricanes and Bruins. Ray Whitney goes around the defender and shoots, but Tim Thomas makes 2 great saves. But you know what? He didn't save enough. This Canes moving on.
Padres Cubs at Wrigley, score tied. Brian Giles, deep center. Reed Johnson over the shoulder catch. Cubs win 11-3. Check out ESPNChicago.com. Stan will be talking all about it.
Number 2, Mariners and Rangers. Chris Davis.
Davis in the air to center field. To the track, to the wall. Do it again. One gone. Davis. Ball game.
Time to bounce in Arlington. Rangers win 3-2.
Number 1 play, Hurricanes, Bruins, overtime, game tied. Ray Whitney's shot gonna miss. Scott Walker. Boy, Boston fans would have picked anybody else. Hurricanes win 3-2. They advance to face the Penguins in the Eastern Conference.